America could Michelle Obama be following Caroline Kennedy, Oprah Winfrey, and Stevie Wonder? And I want to just give a special thanks. We are so grateful to Maria for all that she is doing for this campaign. Her power, her wisdom. She is a phenomenal leader here in the state, and Barack and I are truly grateful to have her friendship and her support and her energy. Thank you so much, Maria. Also to the students, faculty, staff, and administrators of UCLA, go Bruins. And of course, we couldn't do anything. We would not be in this position if it weren't for the volunteers, people who have given up their lives, left school, left jobs, sleeping on floors, knocking on doors, our precinct captains. We can make this happen on Tuesday because of you. Thank you all so much. So this has been an amazing journey, truly amazing. It has required faith and patience and sacrifice, but it has been one of the most rewarding things that I have ever done in my entire life, because it has given me the opportunity to walk into the homes of thousands of Americans across this country, to talk and to listen and to be reminded that there is truly more than unites us than divides us. We are so close in this country to being a United States. And people ask me, how do I feel throughout this journey? And I tell them, you know, every single day I am thinking about my girls, Malia and Sasha. I do this because of them, because, you know, in America, we all say we love our children, don't we? We love our children. They break our hearts. We want them to be able to dream of anything for themselves. I want my girls to travel this world with pride. I believe that in 2008, we should be in a place where children can dream of any kind of life for themselves, regardless of their race, their gender, their socioeconomic status. They should be able to dream big dreams and know that they're going to have the love and resources of this entire nation behind them. That is the least that we can do for our children. But the truth is that we're not there yet. And we know we're not there yet. We're almost there, but in 2008, we are still a nation that is too divided. We live in isolation, and because of that isolation, we fear one another. We don't know our neighbors. We don't talk. We believe that our pain is our own. We don't realize that the struggles and challenges of all of us are the same. We are too isolated. And we are still a nation that is still too cynical, particularly young people. They say you won't vote. They say you won't vote. They say it because they believe that, like many Americans, you will fold your arms in disgust and look at this process as if it is someone else's problem. We look at it as them and they, as opposed to us. We don't engage because we are still too cynical. And there's still a level of meanness in this culture. And as a mother raising young girls, trust me, I don't want them to be mean girls. I want them to understand that we can talk to one another civilly. But in this society, sometimes we mistake toughness for meanness. We like tough talk. And we pass that on to our children. And I don't want that for my girls. And we are still a nation that is too guided by fear. We have become afraid of everyone and everything, and the problem with fear is that it clouds our judgment, and it cuts us off. It cuts us off from one another in our own homes, in our own communities, and it has certainly cut us off from the rest of the world. You see, the problem with fear is that it creates a veil of impossibility. And we spend more time in this society talking about what won't work what we can't do, what can't happen. And see, the problem is that we pass that on to our children. And we're creating a generation of young people who are hesitant, and they're doubtful, and they're insular, and they don't try because someone always already told them why they can't do it. And I don't want that for my girls. And I don't want that for any of our children. But part of the problem and the challenge is that when you are a nation that is struggling every day, which most regular folks are, it is hard to move out of the isolation, to move away from the fear. And I know we are a nation that is struggling, regular folks every day. And I look at my life, the life that I came from, and I look at how America has become increasingly more complicated for regular folks. And I know that looking back on my life. I tell everybody that I grew up on the south side of Chicago, the product of a working class community. That way back in the day when I was a little girl, that a father like mine, a blue-collar worker, could get up and go to work every single day and raise a family of 4 on a city worker's salary. You could do that back then. There was nothing miraculous about my life. I went to the neighborhood schools around the corner. I tell people, when you look at me, I don't want you to see the next first lady. I want you to see what an investment in public education looks like. Because I would not be here if it weren't for those solid neighborhood schools with good teachers. I wouldn't be here. But maybe the only thing miraculous about my life was that I saw hard work and sacrifice firsthand. You see, in my household, I had a father with a disability who got up and went to work every single day. And he didn't make excuses, he didn't complain, because you know what? My father was proud of the fact that he could get up and take care of a family that counted on him. Imagine a man like my father, a woman like my mother, neither with a college education, being able to send not 1 but 2 of their children to Princeton. Imagine the pride that they felt, that they had to forego their dreams but could help us reach for things that they could only imagine. That is all that my parents lived for. That is what gave them pride and honor. See, and the truth about America is that the story of my father is the American story. See, most Americans are like my father. They just don't want much. Folks don't want much. Folks want to know that if they get up and go to work every day, that they'll earn enough to take care of their families. They want to know that they can ensure their kids get a decent education at those neighborhood public schools around the corner. They want to know that if they get sick, they won't go bankrupt. They want to know that after a lifetime of hard work, that they can retire with a little respect and dignity. That's all folks want. But the sad truth in this country today is that that little bitty slice of life that folks are looking for has become out of reach for most Americans. The simple little life I had has become a virtual impossibility, and we all know this. You see, jobs like my father had, those blue-collar jobs, out of reach, dwindling, disappearing. And if you're lucky enough to have a job, salaries aren't keeping up with the cost of living, so everybody's got to work.